Hello, my name is Preeti Palak Kaur. I am a data analysis intern at Starting Academy. Today I am going to show the task that I performed on my Jupyter notebook, and my task is to predict the CTC or salary of new hires from the data provided. Here I have imported the libraries and we'll be reading the data set. The information of the given dataset. There are three categorical variables and the other are integer or float type. So we'll be converting every integer type to float type. The shape of the data and the top 5 rows. Here's the description of the data and the null values. We'll be checking all the categorical variables here, and now we visualize the data. Here's the pair plot for the numerical variables and a bar plot between CTC and previous CTC according to metro and non-metro cities. Here's a heat map. It describes the correlation of the data. Now we divide the data into X and Y, and we convert into dummy variables. And now we scale the data here. Here we split the data into training data and testing data. Here's the intercept of the best fit line and the coefficients of the features. Now we import the second testing data, and we'll be dropping all the categorical variables. The top 5 data of the testing data set. We divide the data X test and Y test. Now here we scale the test data and also learn the scaling parameters of the data, and then we predict the CTC. And the mean squared error of the model. Here is the final predicted CTC here. The conclusion is that average salaries of the people is 75,459. Salaries of people living in metro cities is higher than that of people living in non-metro cities. All the numerical variables are poorly correlated to each other, and the mean squared error of the testing data is way too large. So this ends my first task. This is my second task that I've performed. Two data sets were given to us of IPL data set. So we'll be creating an IPL database. We'll be using that. Our first query was to create a table named matches with appropriate data types for columns. So here we have created the matches table. Our second query was to create a table named deliveries with appropriate data types for columns. So here's the data. Our third and fourth query was to import from the CSV file. So we'll be importing the data from this side and we'll be giving the file path here. Our fifth query was to select the top 20 rows of the deliveries table. So query goes like this: select star from deliveries, limit 20. So here are the 20 rows. Our sixth query was to select the top 20 rows of the matches table. So here is the top 20 rows of the matches table. Our seventh query was to fetch data of all the matches played on 2nd May 2013. The query goes like this: select star from matches where date is this. So here are two rows. Fetch eighth query is to fetch data of all matches where the margin of victory is more than 100 runs. So here are data of all the matches. A ninth query is to fetch data of all the matches where the final score of both teams tied and we'll be ordering it in descending order of the data. Select star from matches where result is equals to tie, order by date. So here we'll be ordering this by date. Our last query is to get the count of cities that have hosted an IPL match. So we'll be selecting distinct cities, we'll be counting that from matches. So there are 33 cities that have hosted an IPL match. Thank you.